I'm James Spann. This is the morning edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Monday, the 8th of February. Boy, it's cold and unsettled, and got some interesting stuff to talk about here in coming days and weeks, so let's just go for it. There's a look at some of the Skycam shots around the network. First off, coming from Tuscaloosa, looking down toward the intersection of Greensboro Avenue and University Boulevard. It's cold. Readings are below freezing in many spots. Here's a look at the Birmingham shot looking north from the Daniel Building. And down in Chilton County, that's the Skycam down in Clanton, where the sky for the moment is mostly fair. Well, there you go. You can see the setup there, a very active southern branch going nowhere, and an active northern branch delivering cold air. And again, that's just screaming that somebody is going to get snow and ice issues across the southern states in coming days, once, maybe twice this week. Here's a look at our numbers this morning. Readings are mostly around freezing. Tuscaloosa, the warmer spot with 36. They've still got these pesky clouds that have just gone nowhere, but on the eastern side of the state, it's mostly clear. Anniston, the cold spot where they've got 29. Actually, Montgomery, the cold spot down there, they've got 28 degrees. And look at this. That's at 5:05 this morning. That is mostly evaporating before reaching the ground, but precipitation showing up over North Alabama, and some of that probably is reaching the ground over in North Mississippi, and that would be in the form of sleet or light snow. We think any of that should stay north of us today, impacting mainly the Tennessee Valley, and again, that will be zipping by and should not be a big deal, but having said that, there could be a few snowflakes up there in the Tennessee Valley this morning from that lead disturbance, but the bigger system is due in here late tonight, and it's going to be messy. In terms of winter weather to the north of us, we got winter storm warnings in effect for the Memphis area, Little Rock, and parts of North Arkansas, almost all of Oklahoma. And then you've got winter weather advisories up to Chicago, and then winter storm watches in effect from Indianapolis over to Washington and Baltimore, where they slightly don't need any more snow, and that they picked up over 2 feet this weekend. They were buried, one of the most epic snowstorms on record up there. There's the snow outlook for today. Heavier snows, of course, north of here. We expect mostly rain here. In fact, really all rain with this tonight. The big snows from Memphis and Little Rock up to Des Moines. And then tomorrow, the snow moves over to places like Cleveland and Detroit and, Washington and Baltimore. There's the entire precipitation outlook for the next 5 days, valid through Friday morning at 6 o'clock. And this is suggesting rain amounts of 1 to 1.5 inches here. And there's a second system we'll deal with on Friday, and that will be another one that's going to bring more precipitation, and that's the one probably everybody's going to focus on here. But let's deal with system number 1 first. This is the snow accumulation off the NAM, valid through tomorrow night. And you see that big bullseye up there really along Interstate 40, or maybe just north of the interstate from Little Rock over to Memphis. And boy, that's suggesting some pretty big numbers in there, almost 7 to 10 inches. That's a lot of snow. And again, just a little bit over the far northwestern corner of the state, but mostly this thing will be in the form of rain, we think, here. Let's look. This is the 06C GFS at noon today. And you can see the energy over West Texas and New Mexico, and down below that, the bulk of the precipitation is still off to the west at noon today. Snow for parts of Arkansas, Oklahoma, and western Tennessee. Rain over much of Texas. We'll go to tonight at midnight. The GFS has the surface low near Jackson. And that blue line, it's the freeze line at 850 millibars, about 5,000 feet off the ground, 0 degrees Celsius. And that can be a decent rain-snow line. And it's got the rain-snow line from near Shreveport up to Memphis and over to Chattanooga. And north of that line, there could be some pretty good snow in there. Around here, rain should begin. And then at noon tomorrow, the lead surface low moves up to Kentucky, but a secondary tries to form down there below Panama City. And by golly, we'll have to watch that. That's suggesting there could be some snow flurries tomorrow afternoon on the backside of that. But the moisture is pulling away, as you can see, and rarely does anything like that produce any big snows here. So it looks like the most widespread rain could be from about midnight tonight until noon tomorrow. We turn colder tomorrow afternoon, maybe falling temperatures, and maybe a few snowflakes on the backside, but it doesn't look like a big deal. There's a look at Tuesday off the NAM, and this is at midday, and it's pretty much the same thing, although the moisture is deeper, which is a little concerning. with that changeover line near Cullman and Chattanooga and Tuscaloosa. So it'll be interesting to watch developments during the day. But for now, we're just going to mention mainly rain, and we'll see how that plays out. Let's go to Wednesday. And this is a drier day and a cold day. It'll be cold behind that system. The high's only in the low 40s maybe. Thursday, we stay cold. Here comes the next system. Yeah. All right, let's look at Friday at noon. The surface low is pretty far south. We have seen runs that have shunted this thing so far south that the bulk of the precipitation might be south of us. But the freeze line at 850 is almost a Mobile and Dothan there. So if this is right, this would suggest the bigger snows on Friday would be for places like Montgomery and Eufaula and Greenville and Camden and Demopolis, with just a little bit for Birmingham. Of course, everybody in Birmingham that wants snow is saying, are you kidding me? But there's been some consistency, and then we go to 6 o'clock Friday evening, and the surface low is near Tampa Bay. And again, that looks pretty decent for some snow here, maybe an inch or two. But again, the heavier amounts would be down there, Montgomery to Dothan, if this is right. Look at the GFS snow accumulation. Look there. This is showing, 5 inches down there? 4 to 5 inches for Geneva and Dothan. Look, this is 5 days out, and we all know this will change. But the idea is clearly on the table for snow in our state on Friday. Who gets how much? It's going to be hard to answer that until we get within about 48 hours of the event. Confidence in snow in parts of Alabama is very good on Friday, but again, the placement, the confidence is not good. Here's a look at first off, the critical thickness values coming off the GFS valid Friday morning. And again, the low-level thickness values are down there at Mobile and literally Destin and Fort Walton Beach. And so, it's going to be cold enough for snow for sure up on this end of the state. The question is, will there be enough moisture for snow? Let's peek at the European, and it does the same thing. It's got this thing shunted way far to the south. And again, there could be some snow here, but the moisture is going to be very much in question if these models are correct. So by golly, the message we're really getting from the European and the American Global model is the fact that the better snow could be Demopolis, Montgomery, Eufaula, Greenville, Troy, maybe Dothan. Isn't that crazy? But we'll see. That could easily change. And then Saturday, we just turned cold. The system is gone. A windy and cold day. Sunday, cold again. Maybe having a hard time getting out of the 30s both days. We didn't get out of the 30s this past weekend. Much colder than forecast on yesterday because the sun didn't come out. And then a week from today, cold again. We'll dig deeper. This is the 23rd of the month. Same deal. Same deal. You can see the ridge pumped up over western Canada, delivering the cold air. Active southern stream. Here comes a storm system that looks like a heavy snow for Tennessee and places like that. And of course, we can't be specific that far in advance. We're just looking. But that's the chart you want to see. The Arctic oscillation, strongly negative. That means the cold air has left the Arctic. And lower pressure's up there, and it's flushed out down and through here. So the next couple of weeks look pretty cold. And again, with the active southern stream, we'll see. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 3:30 or so today. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening. ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.
Each day, there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part of all the best things about home.
Sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.